Since childhood, I have been preparing for writing this book. I mean, ever since I could hold a pen and remember the alphabet, I prepared myself for this task. So I've been writing all my life. But all my life also I have been a musician, and I've been living my life in the music business. And besides that, I have been a student of the esoteric traditions, all the religions of the world. I've been studying for years. And I mean, it's not a study like you go to the university. No, it's a study of the heart. For many years, I mean 35 years, I've been in the music business, and in 1991 I left Jutland, and I left the music business, and I went to a small island called Samsø here in Denmark. And this was all a quest for coming back to myself. It was a quest for trying to develop my inner life. And suddenly in 1995 I was struck ill by an unknown illness that chained me to the bed for 3 years almost. And nobody could to give me a diagnosis. I couldn't move, I couldn't speak, I could hardly think. And you may say that that could be a relief for everybody else, but not for me, I assure you. But I was lying there for 3 years, and one day a good friend of mine contacted me and said that she had an address for a man she thought could help me. I phoned this man, and after a few tries, a few calls, I got him on the line, and within 5 minutes he cured me on the telephone. 2 months later, I found myself facing this man at the holy mountain of Montségur in the southern France, of the Pyrenees of southern France. And that was the start of me being an apprentice of this seer, the holy man, called Montségur. And we worked together for 3 years, and it resulted in my first book in this trilogy that makes out the old manuscript. And this book was called The Seeren of Andalusia. I worked with this man for 3 years, and I must say that everything in it is a result of my own experience and a lot of my own reflections, and of course is the result of the meeting with this magic man. You know, this man, he had the ability, he could look right through you. And it didn't matter if you were situated on the other side of the earth. He had this, you could almost call it, what do you call it in English? Yeah, he could see right through you, and if you had any sickness or anything in you that you couldn't get any diagnosis of, you could be sure that this man could help you. And every day, for all his life, sadly he parted 2 years ago, but all his life he dedicated to sick people who phoned him from all over the world. And every morning he sat on a telephone healing and diagnosing people, giving good advice, you know. But I was his apprentice for 3 years, and after that I went out on my own, and I remember the first time I went down the holy mountain with this man, I heard myself say, this meeting will result in 3 books that I have to write. The seer didn't comment on that at the moment, but later on, that same night, he told me, yes, that's right, this will be 2 books, but 3 books that you have to write, but I'm only going to be present in 2 of them. And everything turned out the way he said. But now this book, I don't want to embarrass you or myself by telling about how this book came about, because part of it was, I'm sorry to say, channeled. And I'm not proud of saying this, but I have to admit, when I open the book today, a lot of it I can't account for. I don't know where it came from. I only know that it makes sense for me to read it, to read it today, but I don't remember writing it. So the old manuscript, in all respect, is a magic book. And it is really 3 books in one. The first one, the Seeren of Andalusia. The second one, Mary Magdalene. And the third one, Grail. Already in the second one, Mary Magdalene, the channeling started. A lot of stuff about Mary Magdalene and Yesu came down, and I don't know where or how, but it all seemed to explode exactly at the same period when Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code was released. My book was released exactly at the same time. And I can see a lot of books all over the world, plays and stuff, poems, was released exactly within the same year. And I think it's because now what it's all about is that the feminine archetype is coming in after being suppressed for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years. So when I open the old manuscript today, there's a lot of stuff in it that I can't account for. And I just wonder every day, every time I do it, I wonder. But I have to say I was fortunate to be an important part of this book being written. And I hope that you will enjoy it and find it as valuable as I did. Thank you.